Hi, my name is Kim, and what I'm going to talk to you about this evening is we're going to talk about careers for INTPs. Um, there's so many fields they can get into. I mean, you know, and they need jobs where their mind is stimulated, their intellect, their ability to problem solve. And there's many other gifts as far as careers or jobs that INTPs have for certain jobs. Okay, let's get into it. INTPs, they can be good lawyers because they have a good way of debating, you know, and they can always take the opposite side, the devil's advocate. Um, so yeah, that in that way they could be good lawyers, because they're fair, and they're logical. And to be a lawyer, you need to be fair, you need to be logical. Um, INTPs are gonna use their reasoning skills, and they're going to, like I said, they can switch sides, you know. They can play the devil's advocate. But yeah, being a lawyer, to defend someone, um, and do what you can to defend that person, if they are innocent or if they aren't. Another career, and this is a very stereotypical career that most INTPs go in, and that's architect. You know, being an architect, designing homes or designing a building or, just designing something. They have their blueprint, they have the information on it, whether it's a house they want to design or building or, something they want to design. Um, and they need the parameters. Um, so that's that type of career you will see a lot of INTPs, and it's stereotypical. Um, but there are some jobs that you never would think INTPs would get into, and that's photography. Photography is, but you know what? I thinking about it now, it probably is a good job for them because being a photographer, like getting into photography, it's a very solitary line of work, and INTPs, they love jobs where they're by themselves, and they're just able to um, kind of work at their own pace, and uh, you know photography, you're capturing interesting pictures, and the beauty of whatever their um, whatever there is interesting to them to photograph, take pictures. I would never have thought that an INTP would get into that, but that is a job apparently they can get into. We know also they're good at computer or software, um, and they can be software engineers or computer programmers, or they're maybe an IT person. They're able to solve problems. Maybe there's some problems with someone's internet or something, a problem with some sort of electronics, and they need an IT person. You'll see INTPs in those line of work too. Um, Also, I could see them actually being an astronomer because they, I would think, I mean, they must look at the universe and think to themselves, you know, who made this? who made this universe? And they ask a lot of, whys, and I think that they would love this because, they get to see, the beauty of the universe, the truths that they can get from it, to see the stars, the moon, even as far as like constellations and planets, that whole thing, I would think fascinates INTPs. Um, INTPs apparently they could be good entertainers, like getting into comedy or something. I would have never thought that an INTP could get into, comedy, to be a comedian. But I have been told that INTPs, um, they have, this quirky sense of humor. And well, I know that for myself, but, I would never think that they would be a comedian and use their quirky sense of humor and or just say something to get a reaction or something because that's what they naturally do. Um, Also, they can. Just trying to think here. They can be a mathematician, because a lot of them are really into math. They're so good at it. Algebra, trigonometry, calculus, all these, very hard, complex math courses. But they're in these courses. They're, and these types of courses, they end up doing something academic anyways. INTPs, a lot of them are into the academics. Um, I, I think also INTPs, they could make good professors, um, whether in math or in science, because math and science, they INTPs love math and science. Especially math where you can problem solve and solve equations and these complex equations and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, or science, to be a professor in science, whether it's physics, um, chemistry, biology, all those fields, and line of work. INTPs they're attracted to that. Um, what else here? INTPs, I'm just trying to think here. Oh, yes. Okay. INTPs could be doctors, in the medical field. Um, yeah, because being a doctor, I mean, you have got to know all the medical terminology. You have to know if someone comes to you and has a problem, a physical problem, um, and you go to the doctor and they get it checked out and everything. Um, yeah, so they could be doctors, because they've got to memorize all these medical terminologies and they got to you know diagnose problems with your body. Also, I think INTPs. This is just my opinion anyway. I think that they would make good psychologists. Um, but there's certain. I mean, there's lots of areas in psychology that they would be interested in. Or they could be. I could see them being a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists. They have to know um, about all mental illnesses and all of them, in the DSM. manual. They have to know all those things, in order to diagnose a person that has a mental illness. They have to know. They have to, um, when they listen to the person talk about what they're going through as far as a mental illness, they're taking notes and they're, thinking about it too, as you're talking away and stuff. So, um, yeah, they could be psychiatrists because, well, I mean, all of these jobs that I have mentioned, you, you have to be logic, you have to be objective. And INTPs are objective and they know how to compartmentalize their feelings. Say for a job that, like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, a doctor too. These are all very high stress jobs where you have to keep you've got to be objective and put your feelings aside, which is easy for INTPs. They remain objective. This is what they do. Anyway, I'm over time. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for watching my channel and I'm going to say goodbye.